Welcome to this mini retreat. This is meant as a 5 to 10 minute very short practice for you to take a break, reset and recharge your batteries in a very simple but deeply effective way. And you might want to do this on a regular basis, maybe on a daily basis, as a ritual for self-care and nourishing yourself, whatever chaos is going around you in your near environment and in the world around us. So to do so, you don't need much. Obviously, you might want to find a quiet space and maybe encouraging whoever is living with you to maybe go to another space. You might find helpful to have a physical space for you to remind yourself that this is time for yourself and for self-care. So a yoga mat is a beautiful place to remind us of this intention to look after ourselves. But you don't have to use a mat, and today I have chosen a blanket for an additional sensory element of softness. And one of the ways we can supercharge these rituals is to use elements that appeal to many of our senses, so that the experience is really all-rounded and not just in one dimension. So obviously, for the sense of touch, you might want to choose a soft blanket to lie on, or you might choose a soft pillow. You might also want to wear some clothes that are really, really comfortable. For a visual element, you might want to position yourself next to a window. Welcome to this mini retreat. This is meant as a 5 to 10 minute very short practice for you to take a break, reset and recharge your batteries in a very simple but deeply effective way. And you might want to do this on a regular basis, maybe on a daily basis, as a ritual for self-care and nourishing yourself, whatever chaos is going around you in your near environment and in the world around us. So to do so, you don't need much. Obviously, you might want to find a quiet space and maybe encouraging whoever is living with you to maybe go to another space. You might find helpful to have a physical space for you to remind yourself that this is time for yourself and for self-care. So a yoga mat is a beautiful place to remind us of this intention to look after ourselves. But you don't have to use a mat, and today I have chosen a blanket for an additional sensory element of softness. And one of the ways we can supercharge these rituals is to use elements that appeal to many of our senses, so that the experience is really all-rounded and not just in one dimension. So obviously, for the sense of touch, you might want to choose a soft blanket to lie on, or you might choose a soft pillow. You might also want to wear some clothes that are really, really comfortable. For a visual element, you might want to position yourself next to a window, next to a beautiful view, maybe next to a picture, or use some nice objects next to you. I love this. That just bring a sense of peace and quiet and calm. You might also want to have a sense of smell element. So here I'm using a scented candle. You might also want to use essential oils, maybe a roller on your wrists or next to your temples and on the neck. And then in this practice, I will also like to use something that appeals to the proprioceptive system in the form of, so this is a sense of comforting pressure. And so here I will use an eye pillow and a block during the sort of relaxation time, although it's all very short, but you don't have to. But whatever makes you feel comforted, so maybe a heavy blanket, especially if you're feeling quite flighty at the moment, a little bit anxious. Weighted elements can help us feel more grounded. So let's get started. Of course, finished. that you might want to use music as well. So I'm not using music in this video because with the sound it doesn't carry out very well, but you might want to play your favorite track, maybe a track, if you had a yoga practice before, tracks that were played in your usual class that might feel like an anchor to bring you back to this relaxation state. So let's get started for this very short practice, starting in a comfortable seat. And then we will start with the face massage, so rubbing your hands nice and warm. And then when you feel your hands becoming very warm, just applying them to your eyes and letting the warmth of your hands sink through the skin of the eyelids and letting the dark created by your hands encourage you to shift your awareness from the outside to your inner landscape. And just acknowledging how you are feeling right now, just also taking it as an invitation to draw within and to focus on yourself and nourish yourself. And then when the heat of your hands just starts to wither, just gently stroking the line of the eyebrows a few times. And then extending this to the forehead a few times. And then rubbing the temples nice and soft with the tips of your fingers. Shoulders are relaxed. And again, following this invitation to relax the whole body as we relax the face. And then the fingers go along the line of the jaw. And as we relax the jaw, the whole body relaxes. And then stroking the neck from the top to the base, at the back, on the side, and on the front, going all the way down to the chest, letting the chest open and soften. And then placing one hand on another, rubbing the chest, rubbing your heart center, that place where a lot of emotions might lodge themselves. And just bringing warmth. And again, listening and seeing how you are really feeling today. And just acknowledging without judgment those emotions, those feelings. We feel what we feel when we feel it. All feelings are acceptable. And then taking our hands to the belly. And here connecting with your breath and encouraging on an inhale the breath to go all the way down to the belly, and as you exhale the belly slowly deflating. And enjoying a couple more full breath here, inhaling the belly inflates and exhaling the belly deflates. Inhaling. And exhaling, and maybe placing as an intention to keep this full breath for the duration of this mini retreat. And then releasing the hands to the thighs or the knees and letting the chin release to the chest, finding length to the back of the body. The shoulders are rolling away from the ears. And then slowly rolling the head all the way to the right until the right ear floats over the right shoulder. And then going back in a half moon shape, chin to chest, and all the way until the left ear floats over the left shoulder. One more time, chin to chest. Maybe moving with the exhale and then inhale, right ear over the right shoulder. Exhale, chin to chest. Rolling all the way to the left until the left ear is over the left shoulder. Going back, chin to chest. And then inhaling, batting the eyelids open and coming back to your center, hands in prayer in front of the chest. Inhaling, moving up. Exhaling, arms slowly folding down. And again, inhaling, reaching up, finding space, inviting space in the body. Exhaling, arms down. Take the right arm up. And then exhale, lean to the left, pushing the floor away to find space and stretch the side of the body. The neck is easy. Inhaling, arm up. And then exhaling to the other side. Inhaling up. Exhaling down, and again swimming, maybe visualizing yourself swimming in a warm sea or whatever feels like a relaxing image. Inhaling up, reaching, and then exhaling down. Beautiful. The right arm reaches it up again, and then leaning all the way to the left. And then from here, describing a big circle, leaning forward. Arms travels all the way to the right hand side. Inhaling up. Exhaling down, and we're going to go again to the other side, left arm up. Exhale, lean to the right hand side. Describe a big protective bubble around you all the way to the left. And then inhale, come up. And exhale down, taking the arms back up. Exhaling, twisting to the right until the hands kiss the floor either side of the body. Inhaling up. And exhaling, twisting to the left into a gentle twist. 2 more, inhale. Exhaling to the right. Inhale up. And exhaling to the right. Inhaling up. And exhaling back to the center. Hands come to find the knees and rotating around your center. Maybe closing the eyes again. Just finding your sitting bones, staying grounded to the floor, into your sacred space. Moving around your center so you can feel your center even more. Letting the shoulders roll, the neck relax, the jaw is soft. And then the opposite direction. Exploring, just spiraling around your center, feeling more and more grounded and flexible with the upper body, so you can bend in the storm, but you are always anchored and safe. And then finding stillness, and then transitioning to your hands and knees. The knees under the hips, the hands under the shoulders. And then from here, going into a rolling cat, exhaling, tucking the tailbone under, releasing the head between the arms. The belly button might come all the way to the spine, and then you take your hips all the way down to your heels. Inhaling, transferring the weight into your forearms, then your hands. And then exhaling, rolling back into your cat. And flowing like this for as many times as feels right, nourishing the spine, stretching it one way then the other. And moving with slowness or a little bit more speed, depending on what you need today. Building up energy or slowing down the nervous system. And then the next time I will sit back on the heels on the extended shelf, tippy-toe. Creepy crawl your fingers to the front of the mat, arms floating over the mat, releasing the head. And then finding a diagonal here, releasing the head and the chest back down to find a stretch onto the left-hand side of the ribcage. Inhaling to creepy crawl to the other side. And then exhaling down, head and torso towards the floor, finding space onto the right-hand side of the ribcage. Inhaling to come back up onto hands and knees, rock forward, tuck the toes under, come sit onto your heels. Inhaling the arms up. Exhale, press the ceiling away. Let your body be heavy on your heels. Feel the sensations in your feet, the feet carrying you. Inhale. Exhale, lean to the right. Inhaling up. Exhaling, lean to the left. Inhaling up. Exhale, release the arms, interlock the fingers in the back. Inhale to open the chest, shoulder blades kiss each other, the chin might want to lift. Exhale, dive forward until the forehead meets the floor. Let the arms float in your back. Breathing here. And exhale. Inhaling to drag yourself forward. Lift your arms. And exhaling, come back onto all fours and tuck your toes and enjoy the feeling of release as you tap your feet. And from here, coming to seated position, closer to maybe a wall or like me, a sofa, and coming at legs at the wall. So you might want to keep the legs bent, or you might want to have the legs fully extended to the ceiling. And if you want some of that weighted, comforted element, you might want to place an eye pillow across your face. You might want to place a blanket on your tummy, eye like a block or a brick on the lower belly. And then here, releasing the arms, palms up, and finding stillness, allowing the body to soften and surrender. Nothing so urgent now that needs to be done. No efforts required. Allowing all the body to soften from the toes all the way to the scalp. Allowing the body to become heavy and be carried by the floor and the wall. And drawing your attention one more time to your breath. The breath that flows in and out of your body. The nourishing breath, the soothing breath, the anchoring breath. And let each inhale bring lightness and spaciousness in the body. And let each exhale carry away tension, doubt, or worry, letting it slip away into the floor. Letting each inhale bring you what you need most right now. And let each exhale take away what does not serve you well. And you can stay here for as long as it feels good, for as long as it's available, as it's possible. Maybe taking a mental image or a body memory of your quieter, more peaceful self, knowing you can come back to it. It's just the power of the breath, the power of few gentle movements, few mindful movements. And when you feel ready to emerge or needing to emerge, doing with this with the same intention as you started with mindfulness, with kindness. So inviting a little bit of movement in the toes and in the fingers, and then gradually moving into something a little bit bigger. Maybe taking the arms overhead, Or maybe taking the knees towards the chest and gently removing those weighted elements if they were there. And then slowly rolling onto the side of the body for a couple of breaths. Allowing yourself to come back fully to your present surroundings, to the sounds and the smells and the temperature of the room and the activity. And then using your arms to push yourself back up to a seated position. Taking whatever other stretch you might need. And then you might want to finish this retreat time, this little ritual for yourself, with another sensory element, maybe the sense of taste, with maybe your favorite hot tea or hot chocolate, square of chocolate, whatever it is, to really complete this sensory experience. So I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope this is helpful in maintaining a daily self-care routine, and I wish you well. Namaste.